Hello Libra and welcome back to my channel. First of all, happy birthday. Um, I have decided to change a little bit the structure of the readings in a sense where I'm going to let the divine channel through me the messages that are for your highest good rather than impose to get messages for love or relationships or finances and so on and so forth. Because in the past few months, this is kind of the energy I felt called upon. So I'm going to follow that and we'll see how it goes. I would be very grateful if you guys press the thumbs up button for me and drop a comment. Let me know how you have resonated. And if you liked my style, don't forget to subscribe. That would make me very happy. You are actually seeing a version of me very raw, no makeup. I think if you have asked me a few years back that if I would go to the grocery store without makeup, I would have said no. Well, I grew out of that. And it's Halloween, so I decorated my couch a little bit. Yeah. So I'm using the Making Magic deck, and I will pull a few messages from here. And I will use the Voodoo Tarot deck, again, a few messages. I'm using the deck more as oracle messages rather than do a full spread with it. But we'll see how it's going to go, and then we are going to move at the table and open the tarot cards for you. Triple Moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Obviously, we will need to see all of these in their proper context. So just bear with me. Healing. This is actually a concept that I'm very fond of. True healing of the mind, body, and soul. To me, healing became a very important element. I used to go through events, bottle them up because I was raised in a household where we were encouraged to be the strong, silent type, which is not a bad thing. But when you never deal with your emotions, they tend to bottle up, and then you are going to explode over a cup of coffee that got spilled. So, and people are going to say, what happened there? Prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. Well, we'll see, but it looks great, Libra, so far. Let me pick up this deck as well. Okay, it went under the couch. Petrola Plus. So this is the equivalent of fire, equivalent of the wand suit. But we are going to see exactly the meaning of it in a few. Aizan. This is the equivalent of the Empress. And I'll pull another one because I believe I saw the triple moon. I'm born on the 3rd of September. Well, two cards wanted to come out, so we are going to follow this. Santeria, Oriate. This is the suit. This is the equivalent of Earth. This is Pentacles. And Radha, Mambo. This is Air. This is the Queen of Swords, actually. So Libra, stay with me. We are moving at the table, and I am going to read the cards for you, the tarot. Beautiful Libras, I have like a special table setting for Halloween. I can't wait for Halloween. I cannot even understand how it happened so fast. Where did this year go? So what I'm going to do actually is we'll try to delve more into the meaning of these cards that I pulled out from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. And the book that comes with it is actually really impressive, so I enjoy using it. I would like to tell you that Petrola Plus, Santeria Oriate, and Radha Mambo, they could be people that you are dealing with. Okay. So let's get ourselves started here, and I would go to Petro. So I was telling you that Laplace could be a person, could be a young man with yellow or brownish black hair, blue or gray eyes, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. The fact that the book is emphasizing this, that's why I'm kind of bringing it to you, because it might be easier to resonate. Also, keep in mind that the energies can be interchangeable or vice versa, and make sure to take only what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so Laplace is basically the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands. The Knight is the airy side of fire, right? Air feeds fire. The moral qualities of this card are strength and swiftness that mirror the effects of air and fire clearly. So you see here an individual drawing a crossroad of fire with his machete, with his sword. He traces the crossroads in the earth, fire leaps out of the cut. One hand is held aloft and one is pointed downward to indicate as above, so below. This is one of the symbolistic very strongly associated with this deck. You will hear a lot of this, as above, so below. He's bringing the fires of the upper atmosphere down to create a crossroad or a gate between the worlds of the visible and the invisible. Personality traits of this card include nobility, strength, swiftness, and fairness of judgment. Okay, let's move on to Aizan. Actually, she's the Empress, she's love, she is the most ancient Loa, which means spirit, right? She's the patron of ritual purity, of the Hunfur, the Wooded Palace of worship. You will see here that her emblem is the frayed palm branch, which is a symbol of purity. And by purity here is meant qualities such as clearness and not holding back from experience, the clearness of mission and focus of devotion. The frayed palm may be understood as a mask to filter through which the new initiate perceives the world. And she is love, she's beauty, she's pleasure, she is success. This is a card that indicates protection for women affairs and the just in general, and a concern for purity of devotion. Now, devotion can be towards the divine, can be towards one person, can be towards your kids. Take it as it resonates. Aizan attributes are preservation of the purity of initiation and the bounty of success, pleasure, and happiness provided by the true sight of initiation, right? You will see that she's in a market type of place, which is the traditional place of power for women, right? The stock, commodity, money, or fruit makers are but extensions of the life-giving function of a woman's breast. So it's an interesting perspective. We will see how all of this information is going to resonate with the rest of the reading. Then we have Santeria Oriate. An Oriate is a priest who is the expert in Lukumi, which is another name for Santeria, right? Okay, this Oriate has great skill in being practical and bringing practical matters to fruition. The reference, so he's the equivalent of the Knight of Pentacles, if you want, from the Western tradition. The reference here also from Western, it's from the Western story of Excalibur, right? In which a young man pulls out a sword from a stone to prove himself worthy of being king. So the person associated with this card is apt to have a character that is competent, trustworthy, and reliable. He makes a good worker or manager. But now, from a physical perspective, the person described by this card is likely to be a young man with dark brown or black hair and dark eyes. And now let's go to Radha Mambo. I actually like this Mambo. The Mambo of air, right, is the watery part of air. Water thickens air and allows it to transmit larger amounts of both physical and astral information and power. Most air carries sound and odors more efficiently over longer distances. Right. It has been suggested for a long time that the affinity of New Orleans with the occult is also due to the intimate associations of the water surrounding it. So we need to keep in mind that they have rains, they have floods. This card has a strong resonance with the city of New Orleans, and Aizan, right, is a fitting glow-off for such a personality. Now, you look at this card, it's a little bit dramatic, right? This mambo dances holding a severe male head aloft. Her other hand holds a sword, and a snake is wrapped around her head. The virtue of this card is the sure transmission of perception. This card allows for accurate appraisal of the situation at hand through the clarity of these perceptions. The severed head held by the mambo represents illusions or faulty perceptions. You know how the Queen of Swords cuts through bullshit and she sees the truth and she speaks the truth? That's exactly the significance of this mambo. The severed head represents illusion. The sword was used to isolate illusion and render it harmless. But there is actually a significance why it is this head here. In voodoo, important spirits ride within the head. And we can make reference to Master of the Head, which is kind of the Hierophant here in this deck. If the spirits have been corrupted by magic or harmful actions on the part of the voodooist, it may be necessary to symbolically remove and reset the head. So now going to the characteristics of this woman: individuality, keen observation, subtlety, accuracy of perception. She's graceful, and she loves dancing and any physical activity that involves balancing. Maybe someone is doing yoga. Physically, this woman is likely to have grayish hair and light brown eyes. So we've done this part. I told you the significance of the voodoo, of the New Orleans voodoo tarot cards that we pulled out and that we are using as oracle cards for this reading. Now I'm using the Marigold Tarot, and I have this beautiful tablecloth that I got along with the deck. Wow, okay. So I got together Death and Seven of Cups. To me, these two cards together is the end of a very confusing time. Because the Seven of Cups is too many concurrent goals, not knowing in which direction you are going, confusion, not knowing what you want to do next, not knowing how you want to do next. But then again, this severed head. Cutting through confusion. It's exactly what I was telling you with this Radha Mambo. You see here how death cuts this head of the skeleton? Exactly the same concept. Getting rid of the illusions, and definitely the Seven of Cups is a card that speaks about illusion. But I feel, Libra, that you are getting over that phase if you have been confused for a while now, if you have had too many concurrent goals, if you didn't know in which direction you should go, or that's going to end. That is clearly going to end. Maybe there is a Scorpio helping you, or what's going to happen is as Sun moves towards Scorpio and under Scorpio around the 20-something, right? I think 22nd, 24th, I don't know. I never know exactly the date when the zodiac sign starts, so just bear with me. So by that time, you are going to manage to see what is real and what is illusion. And I feel it is related to an offer of love. Because to me, the Knight of Cups, it's definitely, it's an offer. It's an individual who is ready to offer you their heart. Okay? And I feel this is going to be a trustworthy individual. Think about these people that we have spoken before. Maybe you find some resemblance because it's very accurate, this book, in describing exactly which people. So that might fit. This could be a proposal. Maybe you weren't sure about this relationship. Maybe you weren't sure what's true and what's not. This year has been a very confusing one. In between coronavirus, in between isolation, in between not knowing in which direction to go, what to do next, there has been a lot of confusion. And people have been acting in very confusing ways. But this is an offer. And if it's not an offer in abundance, this is not what you have in, if it's not an offer of love, it's an offer of abundance. And it's an offer that is going to make you emotionally fulfilled. Seven of Swords. Someone has been planning, plotting, and strategizing for this for a long time. And I feel always when I see this card, particularly from this deck, okay? So to me, it's a combination of two cards. The Three of Swords, that means extreme heartbreak. And then the Four of Swords, where after the heartbreak, you basically take a break and heal. And not to say no more, but we had the healing card here. True healing of the mind, body, and soul. Because you took a break, you put some pause in order to eliminate all of those illusions. When we don't heal from a relationship or from a traumatic event, we tend to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. And it's not very pleasant. And if you do things all the time the same way and you expect a different result, that's the definition of madness, right? So I feel that someone has been working maybe in the shadows to be able to come with this offer towards you. Maybe they have been confused. Maybe it's them, it's not you. They didn't know what they want. Because this year has been damn complicated for everyone. But I feel that now they see your abundance, they see you as their empress. And now we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone who's an entrepreneur. This could be you stepping into this energy, or you might be dealing with a fire sign. This is an entrepreneur, this is a CEO, this is someone who is very passionate. This is someone who moves towards their goals, their targets. They have this laser shot type of view of events. They set their mind on something that ignites their passions and they go for it. And they go for it. But in order to have the ability to do that, you need to first identify which are the passions that you mostly relate to, right? What you really want to do, what really makes you want to wake up in the morning. But you have here a card of prosperity. A prosperous business with riches and success. But again, this comes after that healing that we were talking about. Or maybe it's this King of Wands that comes with this offer and you haven't been expecting it because they took their sweet time. But they wanted to do it the right way. Again, I pulled two cards. We have the Two of Rings and the Six of Wands. Two of Rings or the Two of Pentacles, right? And the Six of Wands. And Six of Wands stands for victory. The Six of Wands stands for victory. The Two of Rings, I feel with it, and I feel very strongly, and it's also because of the graphics of it, is someone who has been praying for healing, is someone who has been praying to find their balance in all of this. Okay? Is someone who has really been struggling to find their balance. And they have been praying for it. But they are going to be successful, they are going to be victorious. This to me looks like a crown made out of flowers for the winner. Let's continue. We have the Two of Swords. Someone has been at a standstill. And I look at this, and I look at this. You see, the same type of crossing. Someone has been at a crossroads, and they have been stuck there, not knowing to go left or right. Not knowing how to balance the divine and the earthly. As above, so below. That's exactly what this triple moon speaks about. Remember? Embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Getting yourself in tune with the divine energy. But now, actually, there is movement forward. You have made a decision, you have came to a decision, you know what you have to do, you have prayed to manage to balance yourself out in order to get yourself unstuck and move away from this Ten of Swords, carrying too many burdens, carrying way too many burdens around. And you have been carrying this for a while, but tens are about completions, okay? It has been difficult, it hasn't been an easy journey, and maybe you have been insanely tired, and that's why you have been so confused. But if you never take the time to rest, to analyze, to strategize, to plan, you're gonna get stuck at one point. You're definitely gonna get stuck, but there is movement forward. This movement forward is happening very soon from what I feel. The Wheel of Fortune, yes, because your luck is about to change. Because your luck is definitely about to change. There is huge transformation happening. You have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Death card here. Very powerful card. And then you have the Empress making this decision. Well, the Empress is also a card for Libra. Stepping into your power. You are deciding to step into your power. To create. You have been hurt in the past. Yeah, fine. But again, tens are about completions. Things are gonna get better. Things are gonna get better and you won't even be expecting it. You haven't seen this coming. Six of Cups. This is someone from your past. Or someone with whom you have very sweet memories with. Maybe you know each other from your childhood. It doesn't mean it's an ex. It doesn't need to be an ex. It could be a soulmate that you had past lives with. Okay? You could be thinking and reminiscing about a more calm era in your life, a more beautiful place in your life. There is a sense of nostalgia as well. Too many cards want to come at once, and I don't like when I do that. No, just bear with me, guys. Yeah. Yeah, remember when I was telling you about this Four of Swords? This difficult energy where you had to heal? This is a card of healing. And after you took this time, because you might have not seen this beautiful offer, passionate offer, that is going to bring you extreme happiness with the Sun. Extreme happiness. The Sun is the happiest card in the tarot. You might definitely be dealing with a fire sign, with the Leo. But all of this is possible after you heal with the Four of Swords. You first need to heal in order to be able to step into this energy. But expect a beautiful offer. You know, this is the rose. The rose is a symbol of romance. It's a symbol of passion. It's a symbol of love. But you had to heal first. And I was mentioning this. And not only that, but remember when I was telling you about this? True healing of the mind, body, and soul. In order for you to have it all, to build a family legacy, to build your prosperity, to be in your power. And we had a prosperity card here. But first of all, you have to embrace all aspects of yourself. You have to embrace all of the aspects of yourself so you are able to move forward from here. The divine is giving you all of the elements. You have very powerful cards in this reading. You have 4 major arcana, and they are all beautiful. Don't think of death as a negative card. Death is transformation. It's change. Change is good. Change is good. Okay, Libra, this is all I had for you for the month of October 2020. Please drop me a comment below and let me know how you have resonated with this reading. It will make me very happy. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be extremely grateful for that. I'm gonna see you guys soon. Make sure to check the community page as well, because this is where I'm posting the dates for the next live sessions. I'm not sure yet when I'm gonna go live next, but I'm gonna let you guys know. So yeah, until next time, love and light.